Good morning, everybody. We are going to get started for our in-home yoga day 2. This is going to be a regular class, not a chair class. We kind of just have a all-over, really nice full body stretch, twist, spins, just so that everything feels nice and open and relaxed. So I'm going to flip my camera and we will get started. My little yoga space I'll set up in the dining room. Alright guys, so we are going to start in a reclined position. I have my stuff set up just like how I had it set up at the studio, just so that for those of you that are there, it's the same. So blanket, bolster, pillow, whatever you have behind you. If you need cushion underneath your tailbone, put your blanket down there, or cover yourselves up with those blankets to keep yourselves warm. So we're going to start in a reclined position with the bolster following the spine. So go ahead and put your bolster or whatever prop you're using behind you. Legs can go wherever you want them to go. I'm going to start in reclined cobbler just because I like that extra stretch in the hips, but you can go wherever you're most comfortable, whether it's ankles crossed in easy pose, feet straight out in front of you. It's wherever you want to be. So laying yourselves back, having that bolster or pillow supporting the whole spine and the head. Open your arms up to a T. Let the knees fall open if you are in that cobbler position. Let the shoulders be really heavy. Close your eyes or turn your gaze down towards the cheekbones. Making sure the throat is nice and open and the chin is not tucked down into the chest. Let your jawline relax. And find your breath. Nice, slow, deep inhales. Completely filling your lungs up. Feeling your bellies expand. Your rib cage expand. All the way up into the chest. And then very slowly exhaling your way all the way back down. bring those knees to neutral, and I want you to wiggle your feet so they're on that outside edge of your mat. And we're gonna let our right knee drop towards the inside. Keep your left foot to the floor. You can stay right here if this is enough of a stretch for you. You'll feel it through the IT band, through the glute, and even into the low back on that right side. You can just stay right here. If you want to deepen the stretch, you're going to take the left foot, pick it up, and take your left ankle and rest it over that right knee. It's going to weigh that right leg down, and then just giving you that nice deep, deep stretch through that right side. As you inhale, you're going to bring both legs up, both feet back to the floor. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time that left knee is going to fall in, just keeping the right foot to the floor. If this is enough of a stretch for you on that left side, just stay right here. If you want to deepen the stretch, picking up that right foot, placing the right ankle over that right or left knee, and then weighing it down. Both knees are facing the right, and you're getting that nice deep stretch through the hips, the glutes, and the low back on the left side. Press yourselves up to your seat. Alright, so let's go ahead and move our bolsters off to the side, or pillows, blankets, whatever you have. And we're just going to find a comfortable seat. Your legs can be into easy pose if you have the tighter hips and you want to prop your butt up on your bolster or your pillow. You can go ahead and do that, or even fold your blanket underneath. Straight legs will work as well, so really wherever you're going to be most comfortable. So wherever you are, spines are going to be nice and long. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to bring our hands on either side of the legs. Good. So as you inhale, I want you to sweep up, lengthen the spine, reach through the fingers. As you exhale, you're going to twist open to your right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. And then exhale, hands back down to the floor on either side. Good. We're going to do a side bend. So right hand is going to come to the floor. As you inhale, sweep your left arm up and overhead. Reach through the left fingers. Open up that left side body. Exhale, left hand is going to come down, and then on your inhale, sweep your right arm up and over. blanket down for you to have that extra cushion. So you're gonna line everything up. We're gonna go knees to hips, straight line down, and then wrists to shoulders, hip distance apart, straight line down. You're gonna inhale cow, forehead and tailbone are coming up towards the ceiling, core engagement so you're not dumping into the low back. And then as you exhale, rounding your spine, tuck the chin and tailbone, press into your mat, coming into your cat. And then just follow your own inhales and your own exhales, slowly rolling from cow to cat, from flexion to extension of the spine. Into your child's pose. So child's pose is going straight back, glutes towards heels. If you would like more of a stretch on the insides, your adductors, you can bring the knees wide, keeping those big toes together, and then bringing yourself into that child's pose. If coming all the way to the floor is not available for you, this is where you can take your pillow or your blanket, fold it up, and you can do a supported child's pose. Into extended child's pose on either side. So you're going to walk your fingers over to the right side. If you're using your bolster, you can bring it with you. onto hands and knees. Curl your toes under and press into down dog. On your inhale, step up and into your forward fold. As you inhale, gently curl your spines, come all the way up to standing. All right, so we're gonna do 2 sun salutes. I have the regular, just sun A that we always do, and then a slight variation to the sun C where we're gonna be adding in a side bend and a warrior 1 before we drop our knee and come into our low lunge. So let's get ourselves started with that sun A. So you're gonna find your feet, so anywhere from hip distance apart to toes together, wherever your body is going to be most comfortable. Spines are nice and long. You're going to roll those shoulders back. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. Inhale. As you exhale, lower. Inhale, sweep up. And then exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Bend your knees, fold into your lap. Let your neck and spine be nice and long. If you cannot reach the floor, this is where you're going to grab your prop, whatever you may have, and bring the floor to you. Always keeping the knees nice and soft. Keep those knees bent so you can see from the side here. Nice and soft in the knees. And on your inhale, hands are going to come to shins, half lifting. Nice flat back, long neck, long spine. Shoulders go down the back. You reach through the crown of the head. As you exhale, hands are going to come to the floor. Step back into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga, dropping to those knees first if you need to. Inhale, coming into up dog. Slight bend in the elbows, pull those hearts up and through. And then on your inhale, up and back and into your down dog. Knees are bent. You're pressing those sits bones back. Push the weight into the heels, out of the shoulders. Draw the tailbone towards the sky. And then pedaling up those feet if you'd like. As you begin your inhale, you're going to step yourselves up and into your forward fold. Shins, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, engaging the core, curl the spine, bring yourselves all the way to standing. Good. So finding those feet again, if you lost your spacing, rolling the shoulders back, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, sweep up, interlace your fingers and bend to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. We're gonna bring those hands down. We're gonna take our right foot and keep it right where it is and step our left foot back, and we're gonna come into warrior one. So our heels are kind of lined up here, or warrior two. So our heels are kind of lined up. You're gonna bend that right knee, lining it up with the ankle, sink yourself in, open up, front to back. Good. So we're gonna turn our gaze towards the floor, cartwheel the hands down, turn the left toes and drop that left knee down. So you are in your low lunge. Left knee is down underneath, cushion underneath it if you need it. Wiggling those right toes forward, you're sinking yourselves in, keeping the knee in line or behind the ankle always. You can use your blocks if you have them here for your hands to rest on. Hands can rest on top of the thigh otherwise. And if you'd like, you can come all the way up and into your high prayer. You're going to engage the left glute, engage the core, and sweep up on your inhale. And as we exhale here, wherever you're at, hands are going to come to the floor. You're going to curl your left toes under and step yourselves back into plank. We're doing 8-point sticks, so knees down, chest down, chin down. And then as you inhale, coming through and all the way onto your belly. Hands are going to line up next to your rib cage. Elbows are drawing back towards the hips. And as you inhale, lift the chest up off of the floor. Staying in this little baby cobra. Make sure you're breathing. And as you exhale, let everything come down. You're going to curl the toes under, plant your hands to the floor, and press yourselves up and back and into down dog. So we're going to step ourselves into our warrior from here. So turn your right toes out, step your left foot up. You're going to adjust the feet, bring yourselves up, bend the left knee, sink yourselves in. Sweep yourselves open, front to back, warrior two. And then cartwheeling those hands down, turn the right toes, drop that right knee, and you're coming into that low lunge again. Cushion underneath that right knee if you need it. Blocks here if you want to rest your hands to the blocks. Rest the hands on the left thigh, sinking in. So stay right here, or inhaling into your high prayer if you'd like. Glute and core are engaged before you sweep up. And as you exhale, sweeping your hands to the floor. And we're going to curl the right toes under, rock back onto that left heel, and launch ourselves up and into forward fold. As you begin your next inhale, sweep your arms open. We're going to come all the way up to the top. Interlace your fingers. As you exhale, bend to the right. And inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. And then bring those hands back down. Good. Hope everybody's nice and warmed up. We're going to do a couple of standing postures. Get a little balance for you today. Let's move our blankets out of the way if you have them on your space, just so that your mat space is nice and clear. So we're gonna start off with tree pose. That's our balance pose. We're gonna hold on to that tree for a couple of breaths. Use the wall if you need to for the hands to rest on. You know, you can always use that. Or if you have a chair handy, you can use a chair on the side just to rest your fingers on. So you're gonna stack right hip, knee, ankle all over each other. This is gonna be your standing leg, so you want all of that weight nice and even on that right foot. And you're gonna just start by picking up the left knee. So you can feel the shift. Make sure that you're pressing into the toes, your core is engaged, your spine is nice and long. So from there, we're gonna externally rotate and drop that left foot in. So you can keep the toes to the floor, anywhere from ankle to calf. And if you want, you can go above the knee, but we're not using the knee to rest the arch of our foot on. So anywhere from thigh down, just not directly on that knee. So keeping that engagement, pressing, reaching, nice and strong here. Hands can just stay down at the sides. You can bring them to heart center. You can sweep them all the way up to the sky, really rooting and reaching all at the same time. Good. So if you have those hands up, we're going to slowly bring them down. Turn your left knee back in, and then we're going to ninja move, step ourselves back and into space for triangle. So right foot is forward, left foot is back, your heels are lined up, legs are both straight. If you need your block, go ahead and grab it. You're going to put it to the inside of that right foot. So you're going to inhale, sweep open. As you exhale, shift back, reach forward. Right hand is going to come down, left arm is going to come up. As you inhale, engage the core, bring yourselves back up. We're going to flip the palms, face the floor, bend the right knee, sinking into that warrior two position again. And then from here, we're going to cartwheel our hands down. And we're going to step up and into forward fold. So you're using that left foot to launch it up and coming into your forward fold. As you begin your next inhale, bending the knees, engaging the core, slowly curl the spine, come all the way up. Good, so we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So tree pose first. So your left foot is your standing foot, so hip, knee, ankle are all stacked over each other, pushing the weight into those left toes. You're really rooting those toes into the ground. You're gonna start off with just picking up that right knee, find your balance, find your core. You need to have those muscles engaged. Externally rotate and then drop that right foot in. So anywhere from toes staying to the floor, to calf, to above the knee and into the thigh. Again, it's wherever you are most comfortable. It's always easier on one side than the other. And then finding your space for your hands. Again, wherever you'd like to go. Hands at the sides, heart center, reaching up. If we have those arms up, we're going to slowly bring them down. Take that right knee, you're going to turn it in, and then we're going to ninja move, step our right foot back so that we can line up for triangle. So heels are lined up, legs are straight. Lock, if you need it, is to the inside of the left foot. Inhale, sweep open, And then as you exhale, shift back, reach forward, left hand down, and right arm up. And as you begin your next inhale, engage the core, bring yourselves back to standing. Flip the palms towards the floor, bend that left knee, sink into that warrior two position. And this time, we're gonna cartwheel those hands down and step back into down dog. We're working our way back down to our mat. So this will be the last down dog. Press those sits bones back, pedal the feet out. And when you are ready, you're going to drop down to your knees and swing around and have a seat. All right, guys. Man, do I miss the conversation and the giggles in the studio. This just isn't the same. All right, we are going to do seated forward fold. So you're going to prop yourselves up wherever you need to. You have so many choices. If you have a blanket and you need the extra support underneath the knees just so you don't hyperextend, go ahead and fold it up so you got this nice little lump underneath the knees. It's just going to keep your knees from being able to go flat. So you just have that nice little soft bend all the time. So you can prop yourself up there. If you have super duper tight hips, you can actually put your butt up on a blanket, adding the prop underneath the hips. Instead, you can use a block behind your feet to keep the feet engaged if you have a hard time keeping those feet up like they're against a wall. And then you can use a strap if you need to, if reaching the toes isn't possible, or if you're just not comfortable just softly folding, you can use a strap to help get yourself into the posture. So any of those things to get yourself set up. You're going to find the sits bones, so you got to move the butt cheeks so that you can actually feel those sitting bones on the mat. Fingertips are going to come next to the hips. You're going to roll the shoulders back, your spine is nice and long. So from the toes to the pelvis, from the pelvis to the crown of my head is really nice, long, straight lines. Good. So you're going to inhale, sweep up as much length in those vertebrae as you can, and then as you exhale, hinging only from the hips, come into your forward fold. So you're reaching wherever you can reach, whether it's feet, it's shins, ankles, knees, thighs even, it's wherever you are most comfortable. Just make sure that the bend is only coming from the hips, the spine is staying nice and long. The shoulders are staying relaxed and down your back. As you begin your inhale, slowly curl your spines, bring yourself all the way back up to your seat. And we're going to take our left foot and we're going to pull it in to half forward fold. So this right foot can go anywhere from your thigh, anywhere down the leg, it's wherever you're most comfortable. If this right knee is floating, you can use a prop underneath that right knee to help support it. It can be anything. I just grabbed a block because it was handy, but you can use a blanket or anything else underneath there as well. So your spine is staying nice long length here. Sits bone on that left side. Make sure you find it again, because sometimes when you shift and bring this leg in, you lose it. So left leg is nice and straight, foot is engaged, pretend there's a wall there. Spine is nice and long. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Same thing, just finding your comfortable space, reaching, keeping the spine as long as possible and the shoulders relaxed and down the back. As you inhale, walk those fingers back, bring yourselves all the way back up. You're going to take that right leg up and straighten it all the way up. Give those legs a shake if you need to. Good. And then we're going to do the same thing other side. So you're going to pull that left leg up and in. Same thing, support the knee if you need to. You're going to find that right sits bone because it shifts. Pulling the leg in, spine is nice and long. One more time when you're ready. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Keep the spine long, hinge from the hips, shoulders relaxed and down your back. Shake out if you need to. Good, and grab your blankets. We are going to roll our blankets into burritos, do a supported fish here. So go ahead and get your blankets rolled up. The biggest thing for those of you that maybe haven't done this before, if you're new to following my page and not been in studio for classes, the biggest thing with your burrito is you want it to be about shoulder width. So when you're going to lay back on it, you want your shoulder blades to be supported. So make sure that when you roll it, you've got about shoulder distance as far as your length of that burrito. It doesn't really matter. The bigger the fold, bigger the blanket, the bigger the burrito. Just going to give you a deeper stretch. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to put that burrito behind you, and I'm going to lay this way just so that those of you that don't know this can see. So you're going to lay yourselves back, shoulder blades directly on that burrito. Sometimes it takes a little shifting to get yourself there, and then you're going to open those arms up to a T. Let the head fall back so the back of the head is resting on the floor, on your mat, and then legs are going to go straight out in front of you. This is your very gentle, lovely supported fish pose. So you can stay here with the arms at a T if your shoulders are really tight, but if they're not, and maybe you just want a little bit more of a stretch, the more that you bring those arms up overhead, the more of a stretch you're going to get. to press yourselves up and over. You're just going to come into a really soft forward fold. And rock your head side to side here if you'd like. And then as you inhale, bringing yourselves back to your seat. So go ahead and move that blanket, or if you want to unroll it so it's behind you, you can do that. We are going to roll to our backs, and we are going to do a couple of rolling bridges. We're going to do 5 rolling bridges to be exact. So to get ourselves to our back, you want to scooch yourself forward on your mat so that you have space behind you and you're not going to run into anything that's behind you. We're going to squeeze our knees in, and then you're going to rock. So you're going to let yourself go, rock back to your seat, and again, and then one more time. This last one, you're just going to stay right on your back. If that's uncomfortable for you, just roll to your back. You don't have to do the rocking. I just really like the little massage across the spine on that rocking. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to let the knees go, let those feet hit the floor. So you want your feet to be hip distance apart. You want your heels to be backed in towards the glutes, as far as you're comfortable going. Hands are going to rest on the floor. And we're going to inhale, roll up. So you're going to lift your butt up. And then the arms are going to come up. And as you inhale, coming all the way until the backs of the hands hit the floor. As you exhale, everything rolls back down. So inhale, roll all the way up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. 2 more. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale, roll down. So go ahead and drop into a reclined cobbler pose. Let those knees fall open. Support underneath the knees if you need it. Otherwise, just closing the eyes, getting that body relaxed as much as it can. Working our way towards Shavasana. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. Straighten your left leg all the way out. Let that left leg go flat into the floor. And you're going to squeeze your right knee in to the belly. You can use one hand, you can use both hands. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to take our right knee and we're going right here, rocking side to side, or making little circles, rolling across the low back, the spine, the kidneys, the sacrum, whatever feels good. You can stay right here, just continuing to rock and roll around, or if you like, you can happy baby by grabbing the outside soles of the feet, bringing the feet up towards the ceiling, pulling the knees down towards the armpits, and then you can also rock side to side in your happy baby. Go ahead and release. I want you to straighten everything out and get yourself set up for your Shavasana. So your Shavasana can be just starfishing the body like this, just letting those arms and legs fall open. If you have any tension across the low back, you can take your blanket or pillow or bolster and put it underneath your knees. That little extra support is really nice to let the low back release. Blankets on, layers on, keep yourselves covered and warm. So go ahead and get yourself set up to wherever you would like to be for your Shavasana. You're going to let the eyes close. Arms and legs are falling open. Body is nice and heavy. As you begin to relax, noticing the weight in your feet as they fall open. Noticing the weight on your tailbone, across your shoulders, back of your head and hands, everything melting down into the floor. Releasing any tension you may have left in those fingers and toes, in your belly, in your jawline, in your throat. Releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And breathe. Breathe and release anything that does not serve you in this very moment. Breathing slowly. Soften. And let go. quote I have for you today. And then one day I decided that hurry and stress were no longer going to be part of my life. Stress is self-created. I decided to stop manufacturing it. We can choose an internal calm and joy even amid the chaos. Bring your hands to heart center. May the long sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Thank you everybody for joining me. That will be it for videos this week, because if you've ever been to the studio, you know that this class repeats then for the rest of the week. So feel free to do it again, or jump on YouTube and do any of the other classes. If you have any suggestions or requests of things to work on over these weeks that we are in confinement, you can go ahead and let me know. I hope everybody has a great day. Enjoy the sunshine while it's out, and I will see you all soon.